Okay. I'm calling the meeting to order. This is the City of Urbana Human Relations Commission, Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. Tom, could you call the roll, please?
Peter Resnick.
Here.
Greg Schroeder. Vahagan Chiflikan.
Here.
Dalani Smith.
Here.
Ann Panthen.
Here. Thank you, Tom. So I think on your agendas, we have missed an item that is now going to be added, and it is the introduction of the new commissioner, which is an important issue. We don't want to skip over that. So, hang on, let me make sure I understand what we're doing. Okay, so we are adding that to the agenda, and we'll need to vote on the new agenda.
I will move approval of the agenda with the additional item.
I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So, Carla, could you introduce our new commissioner?
I would like to formally introduce Vahagan Chiflikan. Did I say it right? Okay. He was appointed in April, at the April meeting of the council, I believe April 22nd, that he was appointed, and so we are definitely welcome to have him on the board. He had already completed his OMA before before we even got approved. So it was like wonderful to have that already done. And I will turn it over to Vahagan to share a little bit about himself that I haven't already shared.
All right, thank you, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My academic background is in political science and sociology. My professional work experience spans various government institutions, both in the United States and Armenia. Well, first of all, thank you for the trust you have placed in me by selecting me as a commissioner on the Human Relations Commission. As I stand before you in this first meeting as a commissioner, I feel a deep sense of responsibility and excitement. It's an honor for me to join a group dedicated to fostering a more inclusive community, and I'm eager to begin working with you together. Well, first of all, I'm committed to advocating for the and working towards creating a more inclusive and diverse community, and where all people with all backgrounds feel valued and respected. I'd like to advocate for the rights of all individuals that are regardless of race, ethnicity, religion, national origin, social economic status, physical appearance, and other characteristics, because our diversity is our strength, and when we embrace it, we enrich the fabric of our community. Well, talking about the community, as a resident of our community, I'm deeply invested in its well-being and growth. And I believe that each of us has a role to play in shaping the future of our community. And I'm committed to doing my part. I want to contribute to making our community an even better place to live, work, and thrive. And also, I believe that the Human Relations Commission is a wonderful platform that allows to engage with our residents, understand their needs, and through collaborative efforts, find effective solutions to their problems. It's my sincere desire to ensure that all individuals do not encounter discrimination in their professional, academic, and personal endeavors. Well, dear colleagues, let us work together to build the bridges of understanding, to promote justice and equality, to ensure that our community remains welcoming and supportive place for all. And I'm really very excited to embark on this journey with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, we are going to move on. Let's see. Did I take care of that, Tom, that I was supposed to?
Certainly did.
I did.
Thanks.
All right. So, the approval of minutes for April 16th, 2024. Hopefully, everyone's had a chance to read them, and I would entertain a motion to approve them.
I'll put that motion forth.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I-
Second?
yeah.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 You. Next is public participation. So I see none. So we will move on. Unfinished business, I presume we have none this time? No unfinished business. New business. This is the time when we are going to go over the EEO certifications or recertifications. I can tell you, and I know you wouldn't know this necessarily, but we only have 6, but sometimes we have many more, many. So you have joined in a nice quiet time. And some of these are, you know, under 14, is it under 14? Yeah, under 14 employees, which is 14 and under. That's right, 14 and under, which is sort of an automatic renewal. Pete?
So a question about that. This is our new procedure. So how do we handle this? Do we just make a motion for those and then move on to the others? We'll do it as 2 separate motions?
I think that they're listed that way on the agenda, so I think that's really the best. So we can just get the automatic certifications out of the way, and those are, you're going to have to remind me. David Wessner.
David
Law,
Wessner and Polly Heyer.
and Polyhire. So those are, although Polyhire, if you Google them, it is a big company. So the the portion of the company that we're working with is not it's a small office. But they do have almost like a worldwide presence in executive searching, interestingly. Okay, so we would need a motion to approve the automatic certifications. There are the 2 that we just spoke of.
So I'll make a motion to approve David B. Wessner Law LLC and Polyhire Strategy Corp. For 2-year approval.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion, any comments on that particular idea? No? Okay. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, that puts those folks out. So now we have consideration of the other 4, which have bigger workforces, so we can't do that part quickly like that. So we would need to make a motion, and somebody can make an omnibus motion.
I'm actually perfectly happy with the staff recommendations this time, so I'm happy to make an omnibus motion for Crawford, Murphy, and Tilley, Inc. for 1 year, Petri Kuna Company, Kune, for 1 year, Reliable Mechanical LLC for 1 year, and Titan Industries, Inc. for 1 year, each with a letter requesting good faith efforts. Did I miss one of the staff recommendations?
I think you said Titan Industries for 1 year, and the recommendation was for 2.
Was for 2? Sorry, let me go down. I know I reviewed them earlier. You're right, and yes, I remember reviewing that one, so yes, I'm sorry, I misstated my intended motion. So Titan Industries, Inc. for 2 years, that one without a letter.
All right. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion on any of these? Any questions or for Carla or Tom, or any discussion about the companies?
And I'll just say, the one-year recommendations looked fine, the numbers were not great, and so we would like to see some good faith efforts. On Titan Industries, the local population of Deer Creek, they just simply don't have a population to pick from. So it matches reasonably well. As a matter of fact, they're outdoing their population by a bit, and the numbers are so in the statistical noise that a 2-year recommendation seemed fine.
And is that the one in the small town outside of, like, Morton, Illinois? Just really, I think it's outside of Morton.
Is that where
But
Deer Creek is?
I think it's not close enough for any kind of public transportation.
Yeah, it didn't sound like it.
Really out there, and it's little, all by itself.
He was just saying that it's in Tazewell County, which is probably between Peoria and Chicago.
Yeah, okay. All right, any other comments or questions about those 4? Right. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, good. Officers' report, Carla?
At our last meeting, I shared that we had 2 complaints open. Well, there's currently now only 1 complaint open. Both of them were for employment, and one of them has been closed with a no probable cause finding, and the other case is still ongoing. There was one informal inquiry, but it was not in the city's jurisdiction. And so I usually will just refer them to where they could go to find that information out. And this person was, I believe, very south of the state, and so I told them where they could go to find some type of relief in that area, or who to go to for help. For office activities, I attended the Spring Midwest Leadership Institute, completed 1 follow-up meeting with the Institute instructors for a self-assessment that the Institute provided. I learned a lot about myself and my leadership style, and I'm hoping that Tom is benefiting from that.
Well, he looks like it.
Education that I learned. But I also learned a lot about myself, and I've been doing a lot of reflecting on what I learned, and I can see where the points that were provided, where they show up, and also taking into consideration some of the things that I can do to enhance those areas. But it was a very interesting institute, and you really get down to the nitty-gritty, and it's all based on government work, those that work in city government. So it was really interesting to see other perspectives, even though, I'm here, and a lot of the communities were north or either out of state. We all have similar challenges and triumphs. So it was nice to participate in that. Working with the Community Relations Office at the city to schedule tabling opportunities for recruitment for both boards that we staff, and an updated calendar will be sent to each board member so that you can see what things are available. I have some stuff on my calendar, and I'm going to offer, opportunities for you to join me, things such as the Market Square, and I think I'll talk a little bit more about that later. We emailed the Housing Know Your Rights posters. Do you remember those?
Yep.
Those were all emailed out to property managers that live in Champaign and Urbana. The final phase for the required notification, there were approximately 510 emailed, with 11 coming back undeliverable. I thought that was a pretty good percentage, considering. The office will snail mail those that came back. I'm working with the New American Welcome Center to get our Housing Know Your Rights posters translated into Spanish and French. And as of today, we received that translation. So those posters will be turned into, they will be translated for the different languages, and we'll have those available. And I think we had one property manager that had actually requested it, so we're going to make sure that they get that information. Virtually attended the IDHR, which is the Illinois Department of Human Rights, Basic Fair Housing Training on April 17. Although I've been in this position for 3 years now and doing the work, it's always good to go back and get refreshers, because every case is different. Every situation has a new nuance, and so it's always great to go back and just get the basics. And so I participated in that on April 17. I attended the mayoral recognition program at Urbana High School for students who have completed 30 or more volunteer hours. Those students, they did over 10,000 hours, which was more than a year. There's less hours in a year than what those students had done. It was a really great evening. Tom and I, we staffed a table. And we met a lot of the students, and we were also doing some recruiting there, because if they're 18 and older and can vote, they can sit on the commission. And so we were doing some recruitment there. A lot of them were like, "Oh, wow, that was fun. That sounds interesting. We might want to do that." And then I followed up with meeting with one of the programs at the school. It's the Minority Enrichment Program. And so I met with them yesterday. We had lunch, and we sat down and we talked about, they wanted to know what I did for a living and about my job, and then talked about what their goals are for their program, and they're wanting to be more involved. And so I did invite them to come to one of our meetings, just to see how, the parliamentary things happen. And so they are excited about that. I'm going to be meeting with their coordinator and another instructor at the high school, and we're going to just have a conversation about what are some of the types of things that we can collaborate on with our office and with that program. Looking very forward to it. I haven't worked with high schoolers in a while, and so I got to get used to that again. But I'm hoping that it'll be a wonderful opportunity for us to provide, resources, hopefully some guidance, and just anything I can do to help them move forward in their future stories. I think I read that yesterday. Okay. Recruitment opportunity on May 30, 2024 at 7 to 9 with the Southeast Urbana Neighborhood Association at the church on Philo Road. I believe it was St. Matthew's, but I had saw recently that it may have changed, but I will make sure to get the correct location. I know, Ann, you have volunteered. If anyone else would like to volunteer to attend that night, I will be there. I think, Tom, will you be there? Tom will be there, but I will be there, and we also have some members from the Civilian Police Review Board that's going to join us. So please feel free to join us that night. And then the City of Urbana has a Juneteenth committee working on activities to commemorate the day. That's June 19, 2024. And the dates of the activities are June 14, which will include a reverence ceremony and meet and greet. June 18th, it will be an employees, families, and guests luncheon in the back quad of City Hall, just right out there. And if you're available, please attend both days for the events. We would love to have you there. And both of them will start midday. It'll be around the lunch hour. One thing that we are including this year is we're going to be indoors, and we're also going to have table displays. This Urbana Free Library will have a display. We've invited the Martin Luther King Advocacy for Justice Committee to have a table, and I believe we are going to have some other tables that will highlight some of the history of Urbana will be available
And that's
As
at
well.
the June 18th event?
at the June 18th event.
Okay.
Yeah, the June, no, not 18th, 14th.
For Juneteenth or for the city employee family
Oh,
lunch?
that will be the 18th.
Okay, that's the 18th.
The tabling in the lobby will happen on the day of the 14th,
Okay,
on Friday.
Friday the 14th,
And then everything that's happening on the 18th will be outdoors,
Outback.
out back.
Okay, and there's food.
Food, and everyone here is invited, and if you want to bring family member or guest, please do so.
Okay, sounds great.
The 14th is where we will raise the flag and
Right,
do the ceremonial things.
and that's,
That will be outside, but we'll start on the inside, and
Okay.
then we'll move to outside for the raising of the flag.
okay. Yep,
And that is the end of my report.
thank you. Any questions for Carla? I would encourage all of you to look at the calendar that Tom sent out.
And we'll have an update with
You're
some
gonna update.
additional weeks
Yeah,
in the next day or two.
okay. And if you can, sign up for one and, meet some of your fellow Urbana citizen people, and, we can do a little recruitment. Sometimes there's food. It's really, I think it's a great idea myself. All right, so, thank you, Carla. Announcements. This commission now has 4 openings, so we're, making progress. Thank you. Our next meeting is Tuesday, June 16th, 5:30 PM, right here. We have Juneteenth celebration events, which Carla explained, and then Jetty Roads Day, which is at King Park, from 12 to 4, and we'll have a table. Okay,
The next meeting is June 11th, isn't
June
it?
11th, I just realized that is a misprint, so June 11th is the correction. Thank you, Pete.
June
I
11th.
I was scared there for a minute because I knew I was somewhere that weekend.
All right, June 11th, sorry about that.
That's a special week for us because the 18th was the original date, and that's the holiday weekend or holiday midweek.
Right, okay. And then there's Jetty Roads Day, and we'll have a table, so be nice to have a couple of us there, I think. And I presume you're going to be there, Carla?
Yes, I'll be there for all of these, and then Tom may show up on some of them too,
Okay,
as
Great.
time allows.
yeah, I hope we have good weather for those outdoor ones. It can be miserable.
Is there any registration to participate in that event?
For us,
Yes.
I think if we just let Carla know that we want to attend, just shoot her an email or give her a call, let her know. I suppose we don't need all of us there, but it would be nice to have 1 or 2 of us at each one.
And if you let me know if you're going to be there, we could possibly, if everybody decides to come, we can make it into shifts where you wouldn't have to be there the whole time, but we would have representation from the board the whole time.
Yeah, that'd be nice, too.
2 at a time would be the actual maximum
Yeah,
for open meeting
oh,
requirements.
that's a good point. Okay. As far as I know, we have no other business this evening. So unless there are any commissioner comments, no? All right, this meeting is adjourned.